We do apologize for eating in front of you like this, but this is what we call Yasamatoro Borai. From the Temple of the Smoke, the Garden of the Grills, and the noisiest neighborhood in the known universe, I'm starting to sound like Art Bell out here. Welcome to Smoky Goodness. Need to tell you first that yesterday I'd started this video. As I was recording this intro, I realized that I had a prior commitment. In fact, I had two prior commitments, one for yesterday afternoon and one for very early today in the morning. Anyway, today we're going to be doing soda brined, center cut, cherry chipotle pork loin out here. This is a recipe I pulled from one of my favorite Weber cookbooks. I think it's Weber's Way to Grill or something like that. Had it 2 or 3 years. And I'm gonna make a couple of changes to the original recipe. I have a couple of other ingredients that I think will work better than what Weber suggested for this recipe, so we're gonna do that. This recipe will consist of 2 or 3 parts: a brine, a glaze, and a sear, as well as a low and slow. So instead of going forward into the past, we're going backward into the future or something. Stick around, Herb. Alright, while our grill is coming up to temperature, let's get the glaze ready. This is the first of several changes I'm making to the original recipe. This is 1/2 cup water and 1/2 cup Dr. Pepper. Next, the original recipe called for 9 ounces of these tart cherry preserves from Michigan. I've got 12 ounces here, I think. Yeah, 12 ounces. That's what I'm using. It's all going in. Okay, another change that I'm making. The original recipe called for Dijon mustard. I'm using Frog Bone Remoulade. Dijon mustard is one thing. This is so much better. We want about 4 teaspoons, maybe a little more, because I love this stuff. Okay, last but not least, we need about 2 teaspoons of chipotle in adobo. Gonna kind of dice it up a little bit, slice and dice, right?
Ooh, look at the seeds.
Yeah.
Everywhere. You could plant them.
Right. That goes in. My sous chef is busy because there are still a lot of flies out here. Is this summer ever going to end? I'm just going to cover this loosely with some foil, only to keep the flies out. Now, let's get on to the main star of our show. Boneless center cut pork loins that have been brined. We're going to give both of these bad bunnies a good high temperature sear, a few minutes on each side. Maybe 3, maybe 4, with the lid on. And we'll be right back. A couple of minutes has gone by. Shut up, bird. No one asked you. Oh, look at that. A couple more minutes. You want to hit all sides of these, of course. This one really doesn't have another side, but I'll think of something. There. Hey. Final flip coming up. Fourth flip. And does that look good or what? Woohoo! Okay, and as this side is searing, we'll start heating up our glaze. And as the rain begins to fall, I'm going to take both of these pork loins. By the way, these are 1.5 pound pork loins. The recipe calls for about 3 pounds. The store didn't have the right size pork loins. They chop everything up here, so that's why the 2 smaller ones. All right, from here on out, they're going in this pan with the glaze, and this is over indirect heat. We're going to come in here about every 5 minutes and flip them. That way we ensure everything's covered and we get even cooking. It'll be good. Going for an internal temperature of about 145. But you knew that, right? A few minutes has gone by. We're going to start flipping them around. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Smell good or what? Whoa, even the neighbors think so. Few more minutes has gone by. What's a cherry chipotle pork loin without some cherry wood chips, huh? Shut up, inbound flight from Minneapolis. We're right over the glide path. I cannot emphasize enough how good these things smell. Right about now. We're in the home stretch, man. Sure enough, smells tremendous out here. My suspicion is that this one's probably already done because it's a whole lot thinner, and it is done. So, we're gonna pull this thin one off first. We'll be back for the other one in just a minute. Okay, one down, one to go. Some of that sauce. Gotta pour some of that sauce on here. So, I'm gonna loosely tent the thin one while we wait for this one to finish. Won't be too long, probably 5 minutes. Backward into the future or something. Stick around, Herb. Backward into the future? What the hell was that?